Hello there. Back again with another update on my debt and recovery journey, talking about bankruptcy. Um, Actually, it's been a while. I see it's been over a month. you know, I needed a little bit more information to provide an update, but I said, man, it's been over a month, so let me just go ahead and with the information that I have. Um, a while ago, I fell behind on most of the credit cards, except for one. Actually, I had more than one. I had multiple credit cards with this one bank, right? And one, I was keeping up on it, right? Um, and it doesn't have a high credit limit. It's like $700, something like $750. But the point is, it was an old account. It's an account that I had the longest, over 10 years. So I wanted to keep it up. So even though I was at the limit, but I would make payments just to keep it up. But the problem is that, excuse me, when you have multiple credit card accounts with a bank, if you fall behind on one, sometimes they just close them all, and that's what they did. And that loss. So I said, man, so that's like 9, 10 years of credit history, well over 10 now, of history just wiped out, right? Because they closed them all. So I said, okay, so if that's the case, I might as well just go ahead with the bankruptcy. Well, that's one of the reasons. Besides not being able to keep up with the payments, but I've noticed something, maybe like last month or something like that. They reopened that account. The one that I was paying on. All of a sudden, I see it reappear. When I log into the my bank account, not my bank account, my online account, because not only did I have credit card accounts, but I had regular bank accounts there too. So I'll log on, then I see the account there again with the same number, same credit card number. I was like, wow, what's going on with this? But what they did was they closed it for months, but when they reopened it, they added on all these late payments as if I just wasn't paying it for all those months. No, I wasn't paying it because it no longer showed up. And I think that's a little unfair. At least if they're going to open it up, just put the late fees for the months that they open it up. But anyway, so that puts a little, let me see, should I say monkey wrench? Not a monkey wrench. I guess I'll say that right now. In the bankruptcy plans, because if that account stays open, I may want to keep that. And so at least I would also really have one credit card. At least I'd have one that's older. So the point is, I say, man, is it better for me to keep this one account, and then I have these other accounts that's been charged off and everything like that. But I will have one credit account, but with an old history. Now, I know these other accounts will stay on for another 6 more years on the credit report, right? Even if it's charged off, right? But it will. I still will have that one, and I'll be build it up, and maybe I can get a trade line. In other words, be an authorized user on somebody else's account. Is it better to do that, or just to stop paying and just wipe everything out? Now, I understand that when you file bankruptcy, you have a 1041 hearing, and I have been making little micro, like $10 payments or something like that, on the credit card account that I see pop back up. But that's not really a lot, because they don't like you at the 1041 hearing. When they sign a trustee and they have their hearing, they don't like you to just single out one creditor and be paying that creditor and don't pay your other creditors, because sometimes they claw the money back. But I think the amount of money that I've been paid, it's not really anything really, not any serious amount of stuff. It wasn't even over $50. It wasn't even $20, right? But just to kind of keep that account open, since I've seen it pop back up. So I think I could actually, if I really wanted to, maybe I have to check the rules though, because I check the bankruptcy rules in terms of you're filing and wiping everything out. Not really in terms of you're keeping one creditor. How would they feel about that? They may turn it into a chapter 13 if I try to do that. I'm not really sure about that. But anyway, I was waiting to see if it would pop up, that reopened account will pop up on my Credit Karma, especially since I start making little payments, whatever like that. If not, I'll pull a copy of my credit report and see if it's on there. Maybe I'll wait like another month or so to see if it start reporting to the credit report agencies again. You know, if they keep it open, it has to report to the credit agency. It can't just have it open when I log in online and I'm making payments and they don't report it. That's crazy. But if they do report it, it'll be an old account, 10 years that I kept, and then I can bring that down. Then I can possibly rebuild from there, even if I have those other charge-offs and stuff like that. You know, another reason I was going to file for the bankruptcy, just to wipe it all out, start all over again. Then you know you can start building up credit again. If I were to try to get a new credit card now, when they pull my credit and they see all those charge-offs, they'll be like, "Oh no, we can't." But you know what? It's possibly that I can get another secured card. I can have this one account, then get a secured card. But you know, it's a lot of variables in that, because even if I get a secured card, the age, in other words, the average age of my accounts will be 5 years, because 110, one new, so the average will be 5 years. So it'll probably be better off to keep that one card, but I don't know if the limit will be high enough. There's only like $700, $750. Maybe they will, once I get it paid down, maybe they'll consider raising it. You know, it's this credit thing. It's a lot of variables. You got to be juggling stuff. But anyway, this is an update, but it's not really something where I can say, "Oh, I made a final decision on," because it depends. Depends on a lot of things. But the main thing it depends on, I'm going to go to, you know what, maybe I'll do another update later on, next week or whatever like that. Because I'm going to actually go down to the bank tomorrow and bring my ID and say, "Listen, you know, I want to work out," because you know when you log in your online account, if you're behind or something like that, it'll say you can work out, you can explore possibilities, work out a plan and stuff like that. But every time I try to do that online, it gets like to be like some type of glitch. I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know. My account flagged. I don't know. So what I'm going to do, since the account is actually showing up that's open, I'm going to actually go down to the bank tomorrow and tell them, "Listen, don't put another $40 late fee again. Let's work this payment plan out or whatever, if this account is going to be open. And when will it start reporting to the credit bureaus again?" Yeah, maybe I should have waited to make that video after I actually did that. But you know, I'm out here, whatever like that. So I just say, well, let me just make the video. But anyway, that's it, and that's why I haven't actually filed, because that account just happened to just pop back up. So I want to see what's going on with that first before I make the next move. That's about it. Relatively short, 8 minutes and 35 seconds. 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to keep this under 9 minutes. So, thanks for viewing this video. Stay tuned, and maybe I'll upload another video after I see what the bank says. Yeah, this should be interesting, this whole process. But in a sense, though, I hope I get to keep this credit card, because it's 10 years old. But anyway, stay tuned.